beautiful down there. So we've got at least one more lap behind the Lazy Boy chair there, of course. Once again, a big thank you to our friend, of course, Barry Muir, who's here tonight, enjoying himself, and why wouldn't he be? Look at these race cars as they glide by. Pretty short, there we go, as we suspected. Off comes the pace vehicle, off comes the Lazy Boy chair, and they are about to do battle. It is. It looks like it's Keaton Darm up front from the outside. It is too. He's on the outside of the front row. Inside of him, can't quite make it out from here. We'll get it to you shortly. The old fella's eyesight not as good as it used to be. Here we go, folks. They're underway. Oh boy, Rodney Wood put his foot down on the right pedal, and front wheels came up off the ground. But there we go. Look at these guys, lightning fast. Some are up high, some are down low. Big, wide racetrack here at Baypark. But it is Keaton Darm from Greg Pickrell, there you go, in the USA car. Greg Pickrell, then it's back to Dean Brindle, one of the Aucklanders as well, running in third spot at this stage. Darm, Pickrell, Brindle, Rodney Wood still running in fourth. Young Stephen Taylor, the teenager out of Wellington, running right behind him. Then it's Jamie McDonald. In fact, Jamie McDonald, as I speak, just gets up the inside there of Stephen Taylor. Just look at the speed. Good lap times, down into the 14s, down into the low 14-second laps. Oh, a bit of a change in second spot there too. It looks to me as though Greg Pickrell has just been passed by Brindle. So Pickrell back to third, and a lot of smoke coming out of the left-hand bank on that USA car. Further back in the field, a good dice going on too. There at the end of the back straight. James Darm in the yellow car there, takes the outside line. So a lot of smoke coming out of the third place car of Greg Pickrell out of the left-hand bank. I can only assume that's some sort of oil leak going straight onto the hot headers, of course. And another pass now to Jamie McDonald. Up into third spot now at Greg Pickrell's expense. Rodney Wood's the next one to try and line him up. So Wood now down on the inside. And gets by coming out of turn 2. So Pickrell now getting picked off as the laps progress. We're up to lap 8 now. Lap 8 of 12 now for the sprint cars. Skinny Colson doing a good job too. A little bit further back in the field than he'd like to be, running in 10th at this stage. And a move going on now for second place. Brindle in the 2NZ car currently leads the way, but look at this, there's been a change. Jamie McDonald now, another Auckland car, up into second. Keaton Darm down into third position, and here comes Rodney Wood in the 51. Yeah, so Rodney Wood looking for another place. He'll need to get past the 88 car. And with only one lap to run, in fact, no, not even that, because the checkered flag is out. And Dean Brindle has taken the win here in Heat 1 tonight.
Placings in the end.
Yeah, they did too. Yeah, you're right.
It's just very, very tough when you've got so many top cars to actually make ground. So Dean Brindle won that first heat from the middle of the grid. And he's starting about the middle again, so keep an eye on him. I think and Jamie McDonald in the 71. They're a couple of guys very, very experienced in passing through traffic, both former New Zealand sprint car champions.
Of course, switched over to sprint cars how many years ago, Barry? Probably 5 years ago, somewhere around there, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit more than that. Did double duty for a while.
Yeah, he did too.
And actually did run the 2 classes. Yeah, so it's probably a few years, I think, since he switched to sprint cars only. Rodney Wood out there too, former New Zealand sprint car champion and street stock champion. So Dean Brindle, Jamie McDonald, they're not the only New Zealand champs in this field.
There we go. Alrighty, folks, they are gone, and down the front chute. That huge amount of horsepower driving these rear wheels and cars at frightening speed.
Yeah, Ref's not happy with the start. I imagine they'll be looking at some some jump starts in that one. So
a little teenager, 17 years of age. All right, let's get this thing going. Now the referee a bit happier this time, and he lets them carry on. Look at these cars jostling for position. Whoa, just about a bit of contact at the back of the field there with Skinny Colson and the youngster I was just referring to. James Darm in the 6 car. Young Rogers has just flown past and taken that leading position from him. So Daniel Rogers in the 5 car out of Auckland. Oh, look at this though. Here comes a passing manoeuvre from James Darm on the outside. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off. Has another attempt down into turn 3. Darm on the high side of the racetrack. Rogers on the low side. Side by side stuff, these two. Still side by side down into turn 3 and out of turn 4. These guys glued together. Another side-by-side battle going on for 3rd place. It's Brindle and Entwistle. Brindle managing to get the better of Entwistle. So those are your 4, Rogers, Darm, Brindle, Entwistle. Make that McDonald, because McDonald manages to get past Entwistle now as well. 5 laps down. We're down into the 13-second laps.
And Daniel Rogers, the race leader, to the infield on the back straight.
Oh dear. A mechanical gremlin, it would seem. James Darm takes that lead again from Dean Brindle in the 2NZ car. Darm, Brindle, McDonald, Entwistle still running in 4th. Tyrrell up to 5th position now. Young Stephen Taylor just pulling a massive wheelie down the back chute. 8 laps down, 4 to run. 4 laps left to run for our leaders. Three laps left to run now. We've got a bit of a turnaround down there on turns 3 and 4. It looks as though it's James. There you go, that's racing. Let's get back into this one though. Heat number 2 for the sprint cars. It is Dean Brindle, your current 2NZ driver, leading the way from, who have we got? Running there in 2nd spot. Here we go, we're about to find out. It's his mate, it's his best mate. Jamie McDonald. So 2 Aucklanders, 1 and 2. Entwistle, one of our locals there, running in 3rd spot. Then it's back to Bradley Tyrrell. Well, it won't be Bradley. He's come up, right up into 4th spot. 88, Keaton Darm running in 5th spot. The checkered flag has been waved.
Speedway certainly looks better under lights. So yeah, the first 2, here we go. Greg Pickerel on the inside, James Darm on the outside. 2 laps.
Oh! Listen to those things working. Oh, these things are fast, Barry. They're not lifting. James Darm with the quickest lap, 16.9857. And that's going to stand by the looks of it. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Completely different line going into turn 3 there, as you can see. So Entwistle with a 17.29 for that first lap. Darm obviously with a quicker lap, but let's see how this one ends up as they cross the line. Coming down now.
Came through production saloons into the sprint cars.
So Stephen Taylor in the orange car there, doing a great job so far. Don't want to put the curse of the black jelly bean on him, but what a great job he's doing. Takes the low line, and it could work for him. It could work for him. Look at this, folks. The youngster out of Wellington is quite possibly going to get the job done. Sticks to the low side of the racetrack, and that race car is working superbly down there. Obviously all the way up from Wellington to get the job done, and seemingly did have it, Barry, and there you go. Those are rules, though. Rules are rules.
Yeah, and you can't have a pole shuffle without controversy.
Hell no. It's Keaton versus James. Who's the big brother, Barry? I have an idea James is.
Yeah, James is, I believe, but would only be by a year or two.
So here we go, a bit of brotherly love. James right on the outside of the racetrack. Boy, that car worked well up high on the racetrack at that in turns 1 and 2. Keaton's decided to stay down low.
There in the pole shuffle, but they've obviously deemed you just put a wheel on the grass somewhere.
Yeah, they're spot on. I run in a bit deep, but the car was good through the middle of the turn, but yeah, when you're on the pole, you're on the pole.
So you don't have any aggro with the decision? You're saying they were right?
They were right.
Oh, well, I don't think I've ever heard a driver admit the officials are correct before, so hats off to Stephen Taylor.
This one now, of course, and who have we got? Looks like we've got Jamie out there. We have two. So Jamie McDonald out there. I tell you what, if anyone can match James Darm, it's going to be this guy, Jamie. Look at this. Flying, absolutely flying. Jamie McDonald out of Auckland. James not giving up though, he's still right there. Well, he was up until they got to turn 3 anyway. So McDonald gliding around. Who's first on the trigger? And it was McDonald first on the trigger. Let's see whether Brindle can do anything about that and try and slip past. He's going to have to take the high line, I think, because McDonald looks as though he's got that low line. Yeah, bit of a tall order from here, I'm thinking, but let's see how this one unfolds. Half a lap left to run now. Is it going to be Jamie on pole for the feature? Yes, indeed.
Certainly, yeah, just that little slip up, obviously, where he got disqualified in the pole shuffle. Otherwise, he'd been on the second row. But as you heard him say, he thought it was fair enough. Very honest driver's assessment. I'd like to think it'd start a new trend, but I don't think so.
Yes.
But in saying that, I've got to say, like a lot of drivers, they see it from their viewpoint on the track, which is totally different angle, obviously, not to mention, the adrenaline and everything that's going on, but they don't see it from the same angle that the officials do high up, where they can see the whole track, and they see it from inside their own cabin, and sometimes guys say, well, so-and-so hit me, but they don't realise somebody else hit them, which in turn hit them. And
indeed. We're all set to go, Barry. This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the sprint car feature. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Outside line by... Oh, fantastic, Jamie. Oh, McDonald leading the way from Brindle. And then it's the two Darm boys doing battle for third spot. Entwistle a wee way back from them, and young Stephen Taylor right there as well. The two boys from Auckland out front, McDonald, Brindle, both ex-New Zealand champions. James Darm getting a bit sideways on the loose stuff. Still the dice goes on for the lead of this one, the boys from Auckland. Both doing their absolute darndest. Oh, we've got a car turned around on turn 1.
Because the next high could be round the next corner.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Alrighty, we're back into it again. We're now on our third lap. So a long way to go for these guys. Let's see whether the two boys from Auckland can carry on that great dice they were having together. Oh, look at this. A pass up the inside. Dean Brindle sticks that traffic management car right where he wants it. But McDonald just gets straight back around him again. So these guys driving like their lives depended on it. The Darm boys running in third and fourth. Young Stephen Taylor still there as well. Look at the line Dean Brindle takes into turn one, right down the pole line, and just does a great job of keeping that thing down there. Whoa, we've got a spinner again.
It's going to be good.
Here we go. Restart number 2. Brindle to the low side of the racetrack. McDonald up high as usual. That could change over the next several laps. Let's just see. Look at this, McDonald trying the lower line now as well. Still, these two boys out of Auckland joined at the hip. Could throw a tea towel over these two. James Darm now just starting to make a little bit of ground on these front two. Whoa, giant wheelie from James Darm as he comes out of turn 2 onto the back straight. But still, these two up front putting on a real show for us. McDonald around the outside, better exit speed. Manages to slam the doors closed on Brindle. Brindle trying everything he can to close the gap up onto the back end of McDonald's car. McDonald now down on the low side of the racetrack. The same route around the corner that Brindle was taking. And if he carries on doing that, the only thing that Brindle's going to have to try and do is try the wide line. But just as I say that, McDonald goes wide, takes the high side. Further back in the field, some great dices going on, particularly Stephen Taylor and our friend, of course, Rodney Wood. These two having a great battle. So keep an eye on that one, a great hassle going on 5th and 6th. McDonald and Brindle still battling up front. 10 laps left to run. Boy, these laps are rattled off quickly in this class. So still 10 laps left to run. And Brindle having a good look down the end of the back straight. Stephen Taylor has managed to clear off from Rodney Wood, so Taylor running a fine 4th position at this stage. Keaton Darm running behind him. Look at these two up front though. They're now starting to gather up the back of the field. Starting to come up upon the drivers at the tail of the field. This is going to make it a little bit more interesting for us. They were close anyway, these two, but now we've got some lapped cars to chuck into it as well. Oh, look at that! Brindle gets up the inside of McDonald. So Brindle now leading the way. So for the first time in the race, Brindle is actually in front, and McDonald just dropping back half a dozen or so car lengths there as they come across some of these lapped cars. Brindle it is, with 3 laps left to run as he crosses the line about now.
Stephen Taylor into 3rd place, just past James Darm.
Oh, great stuff. Thanks, Barry. I missed that one. Good on him. The youngster up into 3rd place. 2 laps left to run now. Brindle half a dozen car lengths back to McDonald. Or make that a dozen car lengths back to McDonald now. So this could be how they finish. Great drive though from Stephen Taylor. Fantastic driving. White flag is out now. The white flag is out for Brindle. Checkered flag comes down for Brindle. McDonald coming home in second, and the youngster Stephen Taylor coming home in third.
He'll be pretty happy with this one, I would imagine. Give him a hand, folks. Dean Brindle. I think he's going to jump on the car, but the crew just dive bombed him. So, and man, did he have to work for that?
It's been a long time coming. We've heard the whole team's worked their butt off to get this team out here, and just got awesome sponsors, Traffic Management, Pro Freight, Full Buckland Motors, Robinson's Menswear, there's Pavilion Parts Mints, there's a heap on there, there's about 14 sponsors on this car, and without any one of them we couldn't be out here, so I'm just grateful for all their support. Great to see a good crowd here at Baypark. The track was awesome, it was racy, it was fast, Jamie drove a great race. I didn't think I was going to get him, the old fitness was coming a little bit there, so yeah, maybe one day's training's not enough, so I might need to step it up a bit. So yeah, just thanks to everyone. Heinz up here as well, got all their customers here, so a big thank you to them. And yeah, thanks to Baypark.
Now, I hate to tell you, we actually discussed earlier on about finding a black flag. We were thinking of hanging it out on, just a couple of laps from the end. That sort of happens to you up in Auckland, doesn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately last weekend there was quite a few noise issues up there, and we all run the same mufflers, but it's just one of those things. And we had a good lead on the feature above the Americans and that, and we had a really good lead, and with about 5 laps to go they pulled us off for noise, so it was a bit of a bum deal, but we changed all that and come back, and we just wanted to try and get on that number 1 spot this week.
I mean, obviously Jamie gave you a massive race. Coming up on that tail end traffic, did you think that was going to be your best chance? Because you'd certainly thrown plenty at him before and it didn't work, did it?
Yeah, definitely. He was good around the top. We were good on the bottom. We were pretty even, but I can say this, me and Jamie have never touched the wheel. We've raced for many years together. There's a lot of respect there, and we just race really, good with each other, and I've got a lot of confidence in his driving, so he can run wheel to wheel like that. There's not many guys you can and have that confidence. So yeah, just a good race for Jamie, and unfortunately we got the top spot.
Well, unfortunate for him anyway. I think that was one of those races the fans loved it. Didn't matter who won. Happens you did. There's a little trophy there. I know they've got a big one for you, I believe, in the club rooms afterwards. Well done, Dean, and hopefully we'll be back here again not too far.
Yeah, definitely we'll be here as much as we can.
All right, Dean Brindle, sprint car feature winner tonight because the North Island sprint car champs coming.